Hi everyone. I have some progress on the cowl that I am making using the beautiful yarn advent that I received from Setta over at Setta's Place. I would like to share my update with you and some other things that I have done. So if you'd like to see it, then stay tuned. Hi everyone. Welcome to Mindful Crafts and More. I'm Katrina. If this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome. Take a look at this video or any of my other videos. If you find yourself inspired, join my channel. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you just hanging out with me for a bit. So, hi everyone. I started working on my project. I shared with you in a previous video that I decided to use the woven stitch pattern. And today I want to share with you the progress that I have made. Before I get into that, what am I wearing? I'm wearing a beautiful pinwheel hat, and this was designed by Alysha over at Little John's Yarn. Believe it or not, I actually made this hat a year ago and had not shared it with you all. When I saw it, I thought, wow, it is just so beautiful. And I went ahead, grabbed my yarn, and started to work on it right away. Now, in addition to making the hat, I also made some squares, and that's what the inspiration was that Alysha came up with to make this beautiful hat. So I did make some squares, and if you have seen Lisa over at Ladybird Loves, when she did her unboxing for her beautiful blanket, one of the squares was from that. All right. So now this was the hat. And like I said, I did actually make this about a year ago. So I'm going to share with you what I had done in the photos that I took a year ago. All right. Hold on for a moment. Okay, so as you see, that was a year ago that I did those photos, but I hadn't really done anything with the hat. Now, more recently, I was actually inspired to share my hat with you because my yarny bestie Priscilla showed her beautiful hat. When I saw this, I thought, wow, this is great. And I just had to share. So I actually shared this pattern with a couple of people. And Priscilla was one of them. She saw it and fell in love with it just like I did. And she shared with you on her channel her beautiful hat. If you have not seen it yet, please go over and check it out. I will try to do, if I can, put a link to it in the description box below and in the at the end of the video if I'm able to do that. Okay. But in any case, it is a beautiful stitch pattern and a beautiful hat. It is not very difficult, even though it looks like it is difficult, but it's really not. So if you like it, it comes in a written form as a written pattern as well as a tutorial. So whatever your way of making things is, she makes it available to you. And that's just a beautiful thing. So please go over to Alysha at Little John's Yarn, check out her tutorial, which I'll put in the description box below, and make one for yourself. They're just awesome and they wear just beautifully. Okay. All right. So now next, sharing with you my project that I am working on for the yarn and tea advent that I received from Setta over at Setta's Place. Now, I have my tea over here steeping, and this particular tea, this was number one. Okay, and the name of it was Gute Lumne, and I may be pronouncing it wrong, so if I am, please forgive me. Okay, but it has to do with like happiness or something, and it says cheery herbal tea. It's a herbal tea blend. Um, I don't know the names of the things that are in it, but it says this tea mixture was one of the first teas, and it is a tea for the first day of Advent. So that's wonderful. And they recommend that you steep it for about 5 to 10 minutes. So mine has kind of been in here about that time. So I'm gonna give it a taste and see what it's like. Okay, hold on. It's very good. Very good tea. Wow. I'm going to enjoy sipping on that. It tastes very, very good. All right, so let's get into the item that I am making. So I didn't reveal to you guys what I was actually making, but I'm just going to show you the progress as I go along. All right. Now, here is a photo of the yarns that I received and the teas here. All right. So there you see the beautiful colors that I received from Setta. I received 7 mini hanks of yarn and they are fingering weight. Now, in order to go ahead and incorporate them, I had to decide and I added on a ribbing using sock weight yarn, which is also fingering weight. So today I'm just going to show you what I did with the color that I chose. All right. So let's take a look at the progress that I made. Here's a photo. I am back. And isn't it beautiful? All right. So let's take a look at it in real time. All right. So here it is here. I think it turned out just beautiful. Look at the stitch pattern. I really do like the way it is coming out. All right, now, one difference between this and what I did using the camo yarn is my sample swatch that I did was done using straight needles. All right. And in knitting, when you are doing something on straight needles as opposed to knitting in the round, every other row you have to do the opposite compared to what you are doing in the round. Okay. So if you are doing garter stitch and you're doing it with straight needles, then you're going to knit every single row. All right. If you are doing garter stitch and you are doing it in the round, then you knit a row and purl a row and knit a row and purl a row, and that will give you your garter stitch. All right. So now, in doing this particular stitch pattern, every other row you have something that you need to do. And so what I did was I tried to translate that to knitting in the round. And I think I did a pretty good job. And the color work here to me just looks just so beautiful. I didn't necessarily appreciate it when I did it using the camo yarn. And I guess now I kind of can see the same thing, but it really stands out. That stitch pattern is just awesome. I think I'm going to really enjoy this and I'm going to enjoy wearing this too. All right. So now, it is a 4-row repeat and I finished off here. I was able to complete a complete round, but I am in the middle of the 4-row repeat with ending this particular hank of yarn, which is fine because it's woven, so it's going to work in just fine. I'm not necessarily going to color control it at all. It ends wherever it ends, and then I will just begin with a new one. Now, my plan is to kind of go and if it looks like I'm not going to be able to complete a full round, then I'm going to try to stop before that so that I can remember where I am for that particular round. All right. Just because I have to do certain things with this particular stitch pattern as opposed to just making the same exact stitch. All right. And I hope that's understandable to you guys. I'm just going to, stop if I don't think that I can get a full round for this. But I think I'm going to be okay. And I think I kind of calculated what I'm going to do since all of these mini skeins are the same number of yards. I should be okay and I should be able to finish about the same amount of time because I'm not making increases or decreases. I'm basically just doing the stitch pattern in the round. Okay. All right. So I really love it. You guys let me know what you think. I love it. All right. So I'm going to pick another one and I will incorporate that in. I will share it with you all and we will continue to go from there. I'll also share these lovely teas that I received from the Advent and some other little projects that I am doing along the way. I hope that you all are doing well and braving the winter. We're having quite a winter in many areas. And some are getting really, really cold weather, some are getting a lot of rain, and some are getting snow that haven't had snow in quite some time. So please do what you can to try to pay attention to the forecast and govern yourselves accordingly so that you can brave the winter without, becoming too ill too frequently. All right. So that's all I have for today. I want each and every one of you to do everything you can to be mindful, do everything you can to be at your best health, and by all means, continue to be crafty every day. Share your gifts, be inspiring, and be inspired. Please go ahead and check out all of the content creators that I mentioned. That is Setta over at Setta's Place, Pricilla over at Distinctively Handcrafted, and the beautiful Alysha over at Little John's Yarn. Please check them out, subscribe to their channels, give them a thumbs up, watch some of their videos, and put your notifications to all so that whenever they upload, you will be available. All right. So I look forward to seeing you all again soon in one of my videos or one of yours. Bye bye now.